Hello, everyone. My name is Don Baldwin, Marketing Manager here at eTrain. And good afternoon or morning, wherever you're joining us here from today. Today, we have an interesting presentation on how we're using AI to help create microsims. If you have any questions, I do encourage participation via the Q&A box below. We have 15 minutes of your time here today, so we promise to keep it short and sweet and finish up on time. If you do have questions at the end that happen to go over, feel free to contact us via the website or feel free to stick around and we'll answer those questions for you. We have a group of panelists from eTrain here today, and I would like to introduce Ben Barnard, Director of Artwork, who'll be presenting for us today. Ben?
All right. Thank you, Don. Just dive right in here. Share my screen. You able to see my screen okay? Good. All right. So I'm going to go right into eMentor1. Click create. And I'm going to mute this actually, but it will read to me these instructions that are in here. And what it's asking me to do is either input a document or input a set of written instructions. If I have a document, I can load it up here. If I have a written set of instructions, I can just type them or copy and paste them in here, which I'm going to do right now. And these are basic instructions for a head to toe assessment. I'm just going to paste them in there, click send, and it's going to process. So you can put in any list of instructions and it will put together a sim for you based on those instructions that you write. Just take a moment. There it is. So it's processed my simulation, and what it's done first is it's built the pre-training pages for my sim. And it's got a few of these here. And what it's allowing me to do is review what I have, edit it, and then click save, and then continue. And it'll add it to my finished simulation over here. Next, it's asking me for images. So the image almost doesn't matter at this point. It'll build a simulation regardless of what image you put in there, but this is a head to toe assessment, and I actually have a few images set up for it already. So I'm going to select those, click save, and continue. And now it's bringing up the interactions, which is built for me. So I have my list of states here, and I can go through and review any of these, but I'm just going to click save and then continue and let it do its thing. And again, I have the opportunity to review the assessment that it's added to the end of the sim. If I want to, I can go to any of these questions that it has here. I can edit it. I can edit the answers and click save, and then it'll add it to my simulation. So let's just take a look at what it's produced. So I clicked refresh just so we could start here at the beginning and go through the pre-training and then the sim that it made it. So I have my pre-training pages here. I have our intro video that we normally have. And then we have the simulation. Click on the patient, talk to the patient, understand any ongoing problems. That's correct. We're going to assess the patient's vital signs. And we're going to look at the face. And for this one, it has created my correct choices. Seems to be doing a pretty good job of that. But you notice that it doesn't have incorrect choices. Well, this is the AI, and most of the time it does produce incorrect choices for you. Other times like this, it doesn't. If I wanted to, I could run it again. It'll probably produce some things that I could review later on. And what I mean by that is, it produces the text for you. If you would like the opportunity to edit it, you absolutely can. Continue through this. And then when I'm done, I'm going to take it into pro mode so you can review it. And the beauty of that is like anything that it makes here in eMentor1, you could then bring into pro mode for further editing. So again, if you didn't like the text it produced, you can edit it there. If you wanted to update images, you could do that as well. Quite sure. I'm gonna get a couple of these wrong. And get to the end. And again, every sim is followed up, every encounter of the sim is followed up with a debrief report, and every assessment is followed up with one as well. And then we have the final debrief where we can review everything. So it's produced a sim for me, but maybe I want to take it into Pro mode for further editing. So I'm click Pro mode, go to Editor, and take a look at what it's produced for me. Make sure I'm here in my first encounter. I have each one of the states here, and I can edit any of these. So one of the nice things about eMentor1 is you can use it to prototype sims. You have your ideas, if you have an image, just throw it in there, see what it produces. You can bring it here into Pro mode and continue to edit it. So if I had this portion of leg assessment, for example, go to edit background, update image, and I can grab a different image. So maybe I'm prototyping this. I didn't have the finished art. And I can just update the image. And then, this highlight, not quite right. Once it loads here in a sec, grab that highlight, edit highlight, and I am just going to switch it up a little bit to reset it. Move that into place, click save. But I haven't lost any of the clicks it made. Any of the correct choices it made are still there. And if I like that, that's fine. If I wanted to edit it, I can. If I wanted to add an additional click here, click add, and that is an incorrect choice, I can do that. I can fill in any of the blanks. I can update images. I can update highlights. I can further edit this into my heart's content. And I think we're good for questions now.
So it does look like we do have a question, and I will read this and pass it off to Natalie. So how do I get access to this? Can I license the software and do this all on my own, or do you have the content creation process ready for me?
We do license our platform so that people can build their own microsims. We do custom work and we use our own editor in order to build microsims for people, and then we collaborate together. So we can help you along. What we like to do is, following this webinar, we'd like to have a demo one-on-one with you to understand your needs, and we can go into greater detail with the 3 methods by which we create microsims: the eMentor1 that Ben showed you, the Pro mode, and then also we have a wizard. We can make microsims with digital artwork, custom artwork, videos. We can adapt to VR. And also we're working on a panorama type of simulation. So we have a lot of different choices. We also have opportunity to, with your license, have access to, if you're in healthcare, we have a collaborative group of sim builders that we build simulations, universities build simulations, and they all work within our library. If you go to our website, you can sample some of those by joining the Learning Lab.
Okay, looks like we do have another question. Awesome. How difficult is it to update content if our technology evolves? Natalie?
Another great question. We have several examples of clients who have updated their software or their images for simulations. And as Ben showed you, it's very easy to swap background images and move highlights around and change text. So editing mode, going from version 1 of your product with your organization to version 2, is just as easy as Ben showed, going from eMentor1 into Pro mode and swapping out images and content.
Thank you. So again, we do want to be cognizant of everyone's time. It does look like we do have a little bit more time here. So if you do want to stick around and ask more questions, we're here. But I do encourage all attendees to come to next week's webinar Wednesday. We try to keep these short and sweet. So if you are more interested we would like to schedule a demo with you for a more in-depth look at our suite of products. We also would love to answer any outstanding questions that you have. So feel free to contact us via our website, eTrainETC.com. There's a big contact us button there. And in the future, should you miss a webinar Wednesday, find our videos and recorded webinars on the website and our YouTube channel, eTrainETC. And if you found this presentation interesting, I do encourage you to check out last week's webinar on Pro Mode. It was awesome, and it's also on our website and our YouTube channel, eTrainETC.
I'll just jump in, Don, and mention that our website is a great resource. You can watch very brief videos on recordings of us taking some simulations for examples, and also join the Learning Lab to experience them and take the simulations yourself. We are strong in healthcare. The example today that we used was a head-to-toe assessment example, but we can really tackle any topic. So if you have digital art, photographs, custom artwork, videos, we can make a simulation out of anything. We need a checklist and some images, and we're off and running.
All right, well, it doesn't look like we have any other questions, so we will go ahead and wrap up here today. But again, we would love to see you here next week for Webinar Wednesday, and feel free to contact us to schedule a demo. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Take care.